Right, good morning everybody. Hopefully this is the last day, well not on the whole Glory, but fixing the Gloria. On the last episode we put the turbo on. The only reason we couldn't start it was because we didn't have the oil line crimped. But we've got the oil feed line in there. Hydro hose have come down this morning and dropped it off crimped, so that's ready to go on. Now literally all we need to do is just plug that oil line in, put the exhaust on, but we're not gonna. And just start it up. Now, a lot of people did say in the last video, make sure you prime the turbo. So thank you to everyone who did comment that. We are going to do that. The only problem with that is I don't have a fuse box diagram for this car, and there's no fuse box diagram anywhere on the internet for this car. So I don't know where the fuel pump relay or fuel pump fuse is. So doing that might be difficult. So we're gonna have to just see what we can do later. But we're also going to do one more thing today. A lot of people also commented in the last video saying you need to take that sump off and clean it out. So the first thing we're going to do is take the sump off and clean it out. Now the sump on this car is absolutely tiny. You'll see in a second. That'll be one less thing to worry about. We know the sump's clean, and hopefully we'll see a load of shit on that pickup pipe. And will it just be nice to see what sort of the oil is in there. So no, let's jump on, let's get into it. Let's jack the car up and take that sump off. So here we are under the car. There is the sump. Now you can see how small it is. It's literally the size of my hand. So where all the oil actually sits, I have no idea, because this takes about 6 litres of oil. I've never seen a sump that small. You know it's bad when your gearbox pan is almost double the size as the oil pan. I've had I can't explain it. So it looks like there's just a load of 10mm bolts around the outside. I'm going to crack them off. We're obviously going to drain the oil first. Crack them off. Hopefully none of them snap. Some are a little bit nastier than others. Had good intentions, but this sump is not coming off. I've even had screwdrivers on the side, trying to edge it off with a hammer. We even got this like a scraper just to try and get in there. It's super thin and it's not budging, and I'm not risking fucking this sump up or cutting into the block or anything. I'm just not gonna do it. So we're just gonna put the bolts back in, and you know, we had the idea, but sadly it's not worth the stress, because honestly, like, it is not budging whatsoever. I don't know what the fuck someone's put on there. Must be Tiger Seal or some shit. So here is our line. Tip exit off where it needed to be. No, it needed to go. So this is going to go in here, and we're going to feed this all the way up, put it onto the turbo. Then we just need to tighten down all the bolts that hold the turbo onto the manifold. Now it is being held on just by one bolt at the minute, so we need to take that one bolt off, bring the turbo down here, and then put the line on, fill the line to the bottom, push the turbo back up, and put all the full bolts on which bolt it to the manifold, and then we're pretty much good to go. I'm actually getting pissed off now. It's just stupid little shit all the time. Just trying to get these coolant lines out the way, and of course the clip's on the back, so I can't get it with a tool. I've got it pinched. Why is it not coming off? So there's the bolt to wash the other side. Now I need to do the worst thing ever and turn myself into Mr. Stretch and get that bolt in there again, which is an absolute nightmare. But let's just crack on, because honestly, this is probably one of the most annoying things. Push it where it needs to be, because you've got to treat it like a fucking dickhead, and you've got to pull it from every fucking angle possible. And I can't fucking see anything. I've not had any food. Can you tell anyone? I don't know how the f I got that on last time. Right, so that is bolt on. So you can hardly see anything in the camera because it's just so far down. But the bolt is bolted on. I'm not doing it too tight. I've done it like quite tight with a 3/4, so I don't think it needs to be too tight. But I just need to run the rest of the line now, do it underneath the car, and then I need to run that line down to there, just do some stuff. But as you say, I'm getting hungry, and I'm actually getting annoyed now because it's all just a fiddly shit bit. So let's just screw it on and then see where it goes. Might have to just fucking run it like that. Let's tighten all these up. So we need to get this one tightened into the block first. So we are just going to wreck the threads in PTFE tape. The thingy company, the hose company, did tell me to do this. So we're going to fucking do it. I'm just trying to find a bolt to replace the, just to go into the side of the engine where the old oil feed was. And it's, ooh. I was gonna say it's taking me fucking ages, but nice trying to fuck with my crew. Before we cable tie the line or anything, I'm just gonna make sure it's all good. So what we're gonna do, we've got to go above to the top of the car, and just put the turbo back on, and then we're ready to start. We're obviously going to see if we can just prime this, just to, I don't know, maybe if I can find the, obviously, oh shit, we need to put oil in it. But I'm hungry, so I might have to get some food and then crack on, because I'm being miserable because I'm hungry. Right, so I'm just putting all the turbo pipes, turbo elbow nuts. Everyone kicked off me last video for getting nuts and bolts wrong. Guys, to be honest, from where I'm sitting right now, the last thing I give a shit about is my pronunciation, if I'm saying things right or wrong. Do you know what I mean? I just want to get this fucking turbo one, guys. Not sure about you, but I definitely don't want to be sitting here worried about if I'm calling them nuts or bolts. Right, okay, so quick update on the main camera. So we've just finished putting the four stud bolts onto the elbow, onto the manifold. So they're on. It's a bit of a pain, but they're on. The oil line is on and tight. I'm actually running through this because I'm probably going to forget. Oil line is on and tight. I just put all the intake pipes on, and then I think we're good. So we're going to put the intake pipes on now. I wish there was a way where I could run it without everything attached, just so I can see it all working and see if anything's leaking and stuff. But unfortunately, if you've not got the MAF sensor plugged in on this, it just runs like fucking shit, and it just doesn't even start. It just runs for about 5 seconds. So we need to put some oil in it, and we need to put them coolant lines back in the turbo, and then we can. But first of all, I can have McDonald's because I'm fucking starving. Right, the coolant lines are on. This is where it starts getting hard, because this is when you literally don't have anything to move. So trying to put these back on, it's so fucking difficult. Like, you've literally got no room to get your hand and a tool in anywhere. Getting all the vacuum lines onto the wastegate, which is all the way down there, and there's just so much shit in the way that this is where it starts getting a f***ing pain, to be honest. Go back a bit more. Piece of shit. Oh my god. Why? My back's fucking killing. Right, we're going to put some oil in it. Takes about 4 litres. Well, I can only get the specs for a non-turbo. So that's about 4 litres. So we'll put in, we'll put 4. And we'll check. No doubt it'll take a little bit more with the turbo. We've took the coil packs out because I need to start it and crank it and prime the turbo. But I can't find a fuel pump relay anywhere. All the fuse box locations online are wrong for this car. So I've just unplugged the coil packs and we're going to crank it that way. I'm going to lift all the intakes and stuff back on, all the vacuum lines back on. I'm just going to lift the car up and just double check everything underneath just before we start cranking it. And then we will be good to go. Oops. Right, we're ready. Coil pack's disconnected. We're going to crank it probably a few times, just get to let it out. Now, when we did the oil pressure on here, it actually registered oil pressure pretty quickly. So we don't need to be cranking it for ages. I'm probably going to crank it for like 5-10 seconds stop and just keep doing that a few times, just to make sure you have a lot of oil. Bang the coil pack back in, and there's a few vacuum lines that we've missed off just because I don't think we'd be able to get the coil packs back on while the vacuum lines are on. We've not got the downpipe or the exhaust attached yet, but I just want to make sure it's all good really. I have a really bad feeling that I forgot something. We're going to keep it here so we can see it on top and underneath, hopefully it's not pissing out anywhere. Right, are we good? Make sure it's not pissing out anywhere. Right, we're seeing good. Right, let's put these coil packs back on and then we'll start her up. Probably won't hear too many noises because there's like so much there's so many fucking airboxes and shit, but we should hear some sweet noise off the back of the turbo because we've not got the exhaust on, so yeah. Right, the GoPro's rolling, everything's plumbed in as far as I'm aware. Let's start it. I don't know why I'm making a big deal out of it. We've only changed the turbo. It's not like it's not going to start. Well, are we ready? Yay, it starts! Woo! Woo! Fucking hell, that's a bit rich under there. Okay, so quickly just made another gasket out of that gasket maker. Yes, it's a pain, but I'm kind of getting used to it now. So there's our gasket for our downpipe, meaning the exhaust can go back on. So let's get this back on. Home stretch, lads. Downpipe is on.
Just putting the exhaust, what's left of the exhaust, on, and as I said, that flexi is outrageous, but it's still better than nothing, so there's going to be a huge exhaust leak.
She's running, she's idling, she's not scared. We can take her for her first drive. Oh my god, I'm nervous, but I'm also excited. I have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, it could boost fine, it could boost the exact same as before, it could boost more, but still fine, or it could overboost. We're gonna just let it carry on warming up, let that oil get through the turbo. So we had it idling about 10 minutes earlier, letting the oil get through, so she's ready to go, so I'm excited. Right, we've got the boost gauge down here, so, oh my god, I hope it fucking works. Oh, it sounds nice. Oh, it sounds boosty. Already. Bit of a spooly boy. We are up to temperature. Woo! Mate, we're wheel spinning up and down. Oh my god, yes! We've got boost! Woo! You tell me what it boosts to. We'll go on the main stretch. You tell me what it boosts to. Because I think we was hitting like 0.8 there, easy. Which would be like 10 psi, 11, 12. Wait, what's that? 0.8. 0.8. We got 0.8 bar! I mean, it's definitely not fast, is it? Right. We have a Gloria that boosts, everybody. So it's been about a week since we've actually been in the Gloria and took it for a drive. We're back here again at Modding Mini. There's just a couple of things that I need to do, a couple of health things. I didn't really want to do this in a new YouTube video because there just weren't that much things to do, to be honest. So we're just adding this at the end of the driving video. Now, I just wanted to do one last health check over the car before we take it away. And there's two things that I found. One, we've got a little bit of a blow off one of the gaskets that I've made because I've cut it from the downpipe, not the sides of the turbo. So there's a tiny bit of a gap, so we need to redo one of the gaskets. And two, oil was horrific in the engine, it's super thick, so there was a reason for that, and I think I found that reason. I'm sure a lot of you know what a PCV system is. PCV system basically takes out all the shit fumes from the engine and just burns them off again. It's more serious than people think. If you've got an incorrectly PCV system, it's bad for the engine, really bad for the engine. So I did assume that there was something wrong with the PCV system. Now with this one, it's the PCV. Now what a PCV does is basically a one-way valve, and it basically creates a vacuum when under compression, and it sucks out all the shit fumes from the engine and shoves them back into the intake and burns them off again. It's like a nice cycle of getting all the shit out the engine. Now if that doesn't work, that shit stays in the engine, and all those shit fumes that I've created from combustion, they will go into the bottom of the engine and they mix with the oil, and that mixture with the oil makes it thick and sludgy, and it creates a pressure inside the engine and does create oil leaks. So I've not got any oil leaks, luckily, but I have thick shit oil. Now if you look at the PCV valve, it's not good. It looks like the dried end of a Tipex. We ordered a new PCV valve. Now because you guys know already, there's absolutely no way you can buy any parts for this car. I actually found two Nissan ones, one from a 350Z and one from a Skyline. The ones from the 350Zs are actually screwing, and these ones are actually pushing. So that's why I had to come and have a look to make sure which one it is. This is a push-in PCV valve. I hope it is the same one as the one I'm going to take off. But how this works is there's a one-way valve in here. So I'm going to blow. I won't go through, but I'm going to suck. So it's a one-way valve inside there. Now if that one-way valve gets clogged, then it's obviously not sucking all the shit out the engine, and that's what I think has happened here. So we're going to change this PCV valve very quickly. So anyone who's got any car, and especially old Japanese cars, check this, because this little thing can cause serious issues. And I actually think that this little thing is either the main factor or a very contributing factor of why my turbo is blue. Hey everyone, sorry if it's super dark here, but I've just finished editing this video. Hope you enjoyed this. I've actually been thinking over the past couple of days of what to do next. Do I continue modifying this Gloria, or do we, you know, get something else for the channel? And I feel like everyone else has been enjoying the content of fixing things. So I've actually made a decision to sell the Gloria before we do any modifications for two reasons really. One, I'm getting a little bit bored of just doing modifications on cars. I'm actually learning more and enjoying more, and it feels like you lot are enjoying more fixing the things up. And I've seen a project that I actually really want to get. So for now, the Gloria is going to be for sale, and we're going to be getting something else which is broken. So I hope you appreciate this decision. I've actually been putting a lot of thought into it. I know some people might say, oh, you're selling a car again, but I feel like, you know, we got that car, it hadn't been on the road in 8 years, had a lot of things wrong with it, put a lot of time into it, we've made a lot of content with it, and I feel like from here the content's just going to get boring with it. So I'm going to switch it up, do something else, and we're going to get something else which is broken. So the car is for sale by the time you see this video, or it should be, or it'll be very close to. If it is for sale, there'll be a link in the description. I've cleaned it all out today, and it'll be a nice project for someone else who doesn't need to do too much work and has a very cool car at the end. But I've made that decision along with the patrons as well, so thank you patrons for helping me with that decision. But I love you all, thanks for all, I hope you all enjoyed this series. I've definitely learned a lot from it, and I can't wait to learn a lot from the next car. So we finished off the video there. We've just we changed that PCB, we checked all the lines, we put fresh coolant in it, we checked the oil, we topped up more oil, we changed that gasket, and we also did something else. So the car is totally ready. I got some lovely pictures of it today, and it was the first time I've ever cleaned the car as well. So she's good to go. So if anyone is interested, please let me know. But usually things like this just go on Facebook Marketplace as a normal sale. But yeah, I love you all, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see what we do with the next project.